It will say things like, Sumbo, thank God for me in your life. You wouldn't have amounted to anything. Things like, Sumbo, be using your brain. That is what it is for. Sumbo, why are you looking haggard? Hello, you're welcome to Life Stories with Busi. I'd like to welcome you into a new week. For like 2 weeks now, a certain man, Mr. Farouk Oriagba, has been trending online. And it was caught, by the camera, by the lens of someone's camera. I can't remember the guy now. And all of a sudden, so many things about this man came out. We found out that he was a cancer survivor, like he's been living in remission for like 10 years, and that he does counseling for cancer patients. I like to pick lessons from things that I see or things that are happening. And one of the lessons that I've learned from this man's life, from all the stories that we have been told about this man, is that it's not over until it's over. It is not over until it's over. And that God can use anybody to pass a message. This man is passing a message of hope to cancer patients. He's counseling people and telling them that if I can live with cancer, if I can survive cancer, you can also survive cancer. Another thing I learned is that when it's your time, it is indeed your time, and nothing can stop it. Because this man was not the only one that rode the horse. There were so many people riding horses that day. The funny part is that he wasn't even the only one that wore the ashoke that he wore that day. There were like two other people who wore the ashoke with him and who were on the horse. But the camera lens caught him. And from just that shot, the man has been trending for 2 weeks. We've got to know his story. Everybody is shouting, Mr. Steez, Mr. Steez. So it is not over until it's really over. Okay? And if you're out there and you're battling with cancer, remember that if Mr. Farouk Oriagba can beat cancer, you can also do the same. Okay? Yeah. Today's story is an interesting one. The man who wrote in told us a story. He gave counsel, so it made my job easy. So I'm not going to be saying too much after what he has said. And then we'll meet in the comment section and then we'll discuss all the things that he has said. But he made some valuable points that I want us to pick from. It's a long story and I'll just like to dive into it. Okay, so come along with me. So it goes, hello Busola, I like your program. I've watched a couple of episodes and I think I'd like to share my story with you to encourage other people. I am hopeful people will learn from this. My story is about how I married my wife, lost her, and remarried her. I'm hopeful that people will learn from this. Marriage is an intriguing institution filled with many ups and downs. Many of us entered it without fully understanding its complexities, leading to mistakes. I'm grateful for a second chance, and this time I'm holding on to it tightly. I proudly carry my wife on top of my head. Oh, that's nice. Marriage is a unique journey. There's no manual, and we must be ready to learn as we go. Growing up, I often said that I had anger issues, wearing it like a badge. I was quick to anger when things didn't go my way. I got this straight from my father, but I should have taken responsibility to be different. My father's word was law. He backed orders and we followed without question. He was quick to anger, often belittling my mother, who never responded. I witnessed this and didn't see it as wrong. No one could question him, not even my mother. He was quick to anger. I watched him call my mother names and tease her to the point of embarrassment. She would just smile and not respond. He would say things like, Sumbo, thank God for me in your life. You wouldn't have amounted to anything. Things like, Sumbo, be using your brain. That is what it is for. Sumbo, why are you looking haggard? He said those things and my mother wouldn't respond. So I didn't see it as bad or anything. As an adult, I didn't tolerate nonsense from anyone. Being a fine man, women flocked around me. I was reckless with relationships and even had a child before marriage. I'm not proud of all those things. Money was never an issue. I was a trust fund baby with a good education. Then I met Janie. She wasn't my usual type. Unlike the outgoing party crowd I associated with, Jenny was simple and cerebral. She wasn't extravagant despite her wealthy background. A different approach fascinated me, and we became friends. When it was time to settle down, she was the woman in my life, so I chose her. Marrying because it's on your bucket list is a mistake. You need to be ready in every sense, physically, financially, mentally, and emotionally. Emotional intelligence is very crucial. After getting married, I continued to back others at Jenny. She would calmly tell me that my tone was wrong and that she deserved respect too, that I should credit her with some sort of sense. I believed that I was in charge and things should be done my way. If she did things differently, I attacked and belittled her efforts. This was a woman who accepted my child without any force and even had a relationship with my child's mother just because of my child. My first daughter loves Jenny to bits. Jenny endured it all and we tried to maintain our marriage. As she rose to become the CEO of our company, my ego felt threatened. I feared that she would start giving me orders at home, so I began criticizing her constantly. I belittled her efforts everywhere, at her office, church, and social gatherings. If she complained, I asserted my authority as her husband. Despite my behavior, I never raised my hand at her. When she caught me having an affair, I blamed her for not giving me enough attention. The breaking point for her was my affair with one of her subordinates, a PA. When she found out, she had for a divorce. No woman had ever dared to leave me. When she brought it up, I accused her of infidelity with her company's chairman. Our families tried to intervene, but my ego couldn't handle a request for divorce. Like, how dare she asked for a divorce when there are many women out there who could satisfy my need? We divorced and she moved out with the children. We got joint custody and I began to reflect on my actions. Before the divorce, my mother warned me that I was making a huge mistake. She said no woman could be like Jenny in my life. I argued that Jenny wasn't submissive like my mother was to my father. My mother laughed and said a so-called submission wasn't a virtue. If she could have left my father, she would have. My father stripped her of her dignity, but she stayed for the sake of her children. After the divorce, I pretended that everything was fine. I partied a lot. I had so many women in my life, but I felt hollow. My mother passed away during the 6 years when I was separated from Jenny. During the burial ceremony, Jenny was there with our children acting like a wife. Her presence was comforting. I had no doubt that she loved my mother when my mother was alive. Jenny treated my mother like her home. One of those days, my children came to visit. I was surprised to hear our oldest daughter say that their mother taught them that even if relationships end, there's always something good that brought people together. My oldest daughter, who isn't Jenny's biological child, told me I lost a gem with Jenny. She said, "Daddy, you can never get another wife like Auntie Jenny. Even my own mommy says so." Despite our divorce, Jenny still sent me birthday and festive greetings. She once called a doctor to treat me at home when I was sick, and she helped me with a business deal that I desperately needed. When I asked her why she's still bothered about me, she said that she was raised in love and trained to love. She believed in responding with love, even if it meant walking away from the things that didn't serve her any longer. Her words haunted me. Then I heard that she was planning to remarry. The man was close to my children, and they started cancelling plans with me for him. I took stock of my life and realized that I was doomed without Jenny. None of the women I dated after the divorce compared to her. I had a dream of my future, an old man living alone and going insane. That dream made me realize that I needed to change. It took me 2 years to convince Jenny to remarry me with the intervention of our family, our children, and God. We have been married again for 10 years and I'm not taking any chances. Jenny is my jewel of inestimable value. Through the years, I've learned to love, and I mean actually love my wife. Here are the lessons I learned. One, we know nothing about marriage going in because there's no manual. We learn and we build together. Two, even if a marriage doesn't work, don't make enemies of your ex-spouse unless what they did was evil or life-threatening. Number three, women, stand your ground respectfully. Four, men, love your wives as the Bible instructs. Love is not just a feeling, it's a responsibility. Number five, communication is key. It's a relationship and a partnership. You both have rights. Six, look for a good partner. Many of us miss that. And once you do, I'm sorry, everything goes downhill from there. Number seven, women, look for good men. Don't focus on money only. Consider the heritage you are giving your children. Number eight, I believe that marriages are repairable if we lay down our egos and hearts and work on it. Thank you for all that you do, Busola. God bless you. Amen. You see why I said that the man has made my job very easy. He has told us a story about how he divorced his wife and how he remarried his wife, and he has told us the lessons that he learned from it. So my job has been made easy. Thank you very much for writing him. Guys, what do you think about this story? Let us get to the comment section and let us discuss. Do you agree with him? Do you have more things that you think that should be added to the lessons that he has learned? What is your take on this man's story? Let us meet in the comment section and let us discuss it. So next time when I come your way again, my name remains Busola Daily David. Don't forget, it is not over until it is over. Bye.